Hey there. Today we're on Lake Superior, kind of near Vermillion Point, but we took some kind of hairy roads on the way in here. Do you guys enjoy the ride?
Bouncy.
Oh, bouncy.
So we're here for agates. Hopefully we find some. Let's go get them. Let's hope there's some rocks here somewhere. A lot of sand. There are no rocks to be seen anywhere, so hopefully when we get up a little farther, we'll run into some, but there's nothing here. Well, I found my first rocks in the weirdest way possible. I picked up this piece of trash, and there are rocks inside. Let's see what we got. Oops, can't get that one out. Let's see, we have two pieces of quartz. And I don't think that's an agate, but we'll take a look at it. Oop. Bottle started rolling away. That's pretty, huh?
It's very pretty.
By the way, this is Vicky. She's somebody we used to work with, teaching. So, what do you teach?
A little bit of everything. Science, math,
History.
arts, history.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. Lots of granite.
What'd you find, Vicky?
I found a stripy rock, just for you, Rob.
That's a nice one. I like the colors on it. I just ran way ahead to see if I can find some rocks. So the girls are way back there, and I've just found my first rocks. There's some in the water, although it's really rough and really windy. And there's a few up here on the beach. It looks like they get a little thicker up ahead. It might be banded iron formation. I haven't looked at it yet. Yeah, I think that's what that is. A little quartz in there. That's a pretty rock. Let's go get it wet. Long ways away to get it wet. I'm way up the beach here. I left my bucket down the beach. Usually I leave a little water in my bucket. That's pretty. I bet you Vicky will want that one.
What is this?
My guess is that it's feldspar mostly, with some quartz maybe. That's a guess, but if it was sunnier out, that would glint in the sun if it was feldspar. But unfortunately, it's not sunny at all.
Not sunny.
Something unikitey.
That's pretty.
Kind of turdy.
I like both of those. Well, that's a pretty one.
It is. I know it's one you'd throw back. It's going in my pocket.
It is very windy out today, so it's really hard to see in the water. I'm gonna try something. I'm just gonna grab a random scoop of rocks and see what they look like. Try that again. And one more time. A lot of variety. So this is your first Lake Superior rock hunt. What do you think so far?
Amazing. I can't believe how rounded and smooth they all are. I know you don't. You dislike granite, but all of this granite is just calling me. Is this a quartzite?
Yes, I think so.
Also the quartzite is calling my name.
Yeah, I like the quartzite. I like the granite on the beach. It just, I get bummed out when I tumble it and it doesn't come out nice. That's a nice piece right there.
What is that little pinky piece? Oops.
Yeah, they keep moving. Gotta grab quick.
This. What's that?
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice or it's nice?
Yes, nice. Yes and no.
Okay.
Well, we always have to get our stripy rock, so I thought this is a double stripy, kind of like people get excited about double rainbows.
I like it.
Then I found the zigzaggy stripy, kind of like a Charlie Brown shirt.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. And who doesn't love Charlie Brown? Like that a lot. I think that's mostly epidote. That's going in Vicky's tumbler.
And this new one has some really different layers to it.
That's beautiful. I really like that.
It's probably the best side over here, but
That middle layer is kind of like a conglomerate.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It's got little chunks of stuff, kind of conglomerate, but then these are solid, so it's kind of pretty neat rock.
I tumbled one like this last year, and it turned out really good. So somebody's taking that home. I don't know if it's me or Vicky. Just dipped an agate out of the water. Not a great one, but there's definitely some agate parts. Right there is probably the best part. I'll take it. Thought I had an agate. Has like limonite staining, maybe. At least something that looks like limonite. If I'm shaking, it's because this wind is extremely cold. It was 63 degrees when we got out of the Jeep. It's July 1st. You'd think it'd be warm by now, but it's really cold and really windy. Anyhow, that's almost an agate, but not quite. It's a pretty piece of magnetite.
In addition to stripy rocks, I like to find eyeball rocks.
It's peeking at me. Just found a Euperlite.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't look like much yet, but let's put the UV light on it. And somewhere, of course, the
the
sun's
sun
going to
is
come
out.
out right now. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit.
There's some.
Flip it over. Maybe the other side was better. There was some on here.
Yeah. It's all over the back.
Oops. It's not showing up on the
Oh,
camera
it's not
very
showing up
well.
on the camera. I can see it.
There it is.
There you go. Cool.
Thought that was an agate when I first saw it. It's not an agate, but it's a pretty rock. That's a nice one.
It's kind of cool. Both sides.
What do you think, sandstone?
Probably.
I wish it wasn't sandstone. I like that a lot. Looks like a basketball or baseball, I guess.
First I saw all of this. I thought, what is that stuff?
We'll flip it over. Show the good side.
And there's the good side.
That's an agate. That's awesome.
But now I can say
Flip it around. Let's see all the sides.
This reminds me of that lacy agate that you...
Yeah, a little bit.
That
I like
one.
those bands on that one side. Wow.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's
There's
beautiful.
A little bit there. But yeah, that.
That's a good one. Picked up this one because it was so colorful and I just wanted there to be bands in it so bad, but I don't see any bands. It's very colorful though. I think that one's going home with me. I've been offering Vicky most of the rocks, but I'm keeping this one. Another really colorful rock. Look at all the stripes. What'd you find, Nancy?
Well, we're calling this one a probably agate, but not very good one.
Definitely a keeper though. Yeah, hold it right there for a second. That's pretty nice.
Interesting to see what polishes up.
Just moved up to the dry rocks and trying to get these wet. Found a nice piece of epidote, but this one I really like. It's a banded iron formation with really tight little bands. Where's the best spot? There we go. I don't know if you can see Nancy, but she headed way up the beach because it's warmer up there. I got a handful of rocks. I picked this one up first, just, I don't know, kind of like the speckles. That one is a Uperlite, but there's only one little speck of part that glows on there, of sodalite. And then there's a couple pieces of jasper. There's that one. And this one. Between me shivering and the wind, I'm probably shaking the camera all over the place. What you got, Nancy?
Green. So this one's kind of a cool green, I thought.
Yeah, it's different.
Yep.
Guess we're not keeping it?
No, we're not keeping it, but I thought I'd show you. This one just kind of look kind of cool. I don't know why.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not keeping that either. I haven't seen many of these today, so I thought I'd bring it over.
Little Omar, huh? Omar luck?
Yep. Not keeping that either.
Another Uperlite. See the glow there? A lot better if it was dark out. There you can see some. There's one that's more pink than usual. I think I'd call that a breccia, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know what that is. And this is a little bit of a seam agate. I used to take these home, but I don't even keep them anymore. Unless they're a really big seam or nice seam, but a little bit of agate through there. Well, Nancy just found that, and that's Vicky's hand. Why is it your hand, Vicky?
Because I spit on the rock. Here we go.
Nancy didn't want it back.
Nancy did not want the rock back.
It's a pretty rock, though.
It's a very pretty rock. Purple stripe, yellow stripe.
I think that should be tumbled by somebody.
Well, while we're all standing here and not separated, people have asked in the videos why I haven't shown up as much lately, and it's because, first of all, Rob always seems to have somebody else who wants to go rock hunting with him, especially that guy named Sam.
That's true.
Plus, I've had a little knee issues, and then I've also been pretty busy because I have a new hobby in my retirement years.
Tell us what it is, Nancy.
I have written 2 novels.
Yes, and I've read those 2 novels.
And I've read 1 3/4 of those 2
Can you
novels.
believe he hasn't finished it because he's so darn busy?
I've been busy.
So July 6th is a dual release. They're both in the same series. They're about a detective in Detroit, Ava Castillo.
Did the first one have a name? Did you have a title on that book?
Yes.
You sent it to me Google Docs. What was the title?
Yeah, I did. So there's 2 different books, like I said, the same series. One is called Slinging Bullets. It's got a little bit of a football theme worked into it. So the bullets, and it's a crime thing, but yet a football thing and a romance. It's got a little bit of everything. And then the second one is called Trial by Bullets, and it's about a vigilante killer. So again, July 6th, both books are coming out on Amazon Kindle and paperback, and also Apple iBooks. So check them out for me, and if you love them, leave a great review, and if you don't like them, just forget I said anything about reviews.
And tell all your friends.
Yes, tell all your friends.
So-
Ava Castillo.
Yes.
She's the detective from
So
Detroit.
again, my name is Nancy Abram. So when you're doing your search, Nancy Abram, A-B-R-A-M.
I think I'll even be willing to put a link in the description for you, Nancy.
Oh, and in your Amazon storefront too.
Yes, I'll do that too.
Okay.
Wanted to show you something. First off, there's a little rock I picked up that I like. And we're walking up here in the dry rocks, and it's just sand blowing across them up here, and they get kind of polished. So see that? And then on the back side, it's not nearly as shiny. Just thought that was kind of neat. But all the rocks along here, well, a lot of them are kind of shiny, especially these black ones.
This one kind of popped just because of its yellow color.
Yeah, a little different color than most rocks you see on the beach.
Really pretty. A piece of banded shirt. Nothing too exciting. It's a little stained by the tannins in the water too. So.
I picked this one up and I was initially kind of excited. I thought it was an agate. And there is a little bit right there that might be considered agate, but I think it's mostly just jasper. Pretty rock either way. They don't all have to be agates.
Alright, this one's kind of interesting. First of all, I like the red and the little black in there, but it's kind of agate-y there.
Yeah. Like, show that side you just showed, yeah, right there. It's almost, too bad that band's not sharper. It's kind of like a blurry agate. Yeah. It's chalcedony if nothing else. That might be magnetite right there.
Like, is that banded iron stuff stuck in there? I don't know.
That, like I said, that might be magnetite. Sometimes you get like red and black like together like that, and it's magnetite. We'll have to pull a magnet out and see.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure.
I like that rock, whatever it is. Yeah, it's a pretty rock, and I think it'll tumble well. So one bad thing about this rock is there's a crack right there. That whole end will have to come off, or else it's going to show. And there's a crack right here. Goes up around here. Not a deal breaker, but that crack, unless you tumble that whole end off, is going to show. Sometimes in those situations, I'll break that off if it's real bad. Not in this case, but then you end up with a little bit smaller rock, but it won't have any cracks at all. But that's definitely going in the tumbler. That'll look cool. It's a neat rock.
I thought it was interesting.
What do you call it?
I don't know. Not calling it an agate, but it just has interesting band of kind of quartzy material in it.
What you got there?
I have a sad cyclops.
Aw, poor cyclops. Well, we tried Nancy's rock and it's not magnetite, but I found magnetite since then. And obviously that one is. And then...
It's not.
No.
And then this other rock was just pretty, very pretty.
That's...
Nice swirls and things.
Yeah, that's really pretty. That's a nice one.
Beautiful piece of unakite.
That's a very good one. You gonna keep it?
I'm keeping it.
Of course you are.
I'm not you, Rob. I'm not going to throw it down.
Look at this rock. Pretty boring looking, but it has a lot of agate qualities. See the conchoidal fracturing there? And it's glossy looking. Kind of looks like an old potato. So, even though I don't think this is anything, it's probably a piece of jasper. I'm going to take that one home and cut it in half, just in the off chance that there's bands inside. I'm pretty sure this is just jasper, but wouldn't it be cool if I cut it open and it was just full of bands on the inside? Let's do it. All right, prepare to be disappointed. Ah. That's kind of what I figured. Actually, there's more in there than I thought. I thought it was just going to be that same brownish color all the way through. Not an agate, but it was fun to cut it open, just in case. This is a very unusual rock. I think it's chert. I'm pretty sure it's chert, but I found it up in the dry rock, so I walked it down in the water to get it wet. And when you get wet, I think it actually looks worse. Almost every other rock looks better when you get it wet, but I think this one better dry.
Dry.
Well, that's a pretty one, Nancy.
Yeah, just kind of came across that. The red obviously stood out.
I think the red's agate. I don't know if there's got very many bands in it, but
No.
chalcedony, I guess we could call it, or carnelian. It's good. Good. Before I forget to ask, I don't ask you for much. Please go buy Nancy's book. She would really appreciate it. We'd appreciate it.
Thank you, dear.
And Vicky, what did you think of your first Lake Superior rock hunt?
It was awesome, and thank you for inviting me.
And you got the best rock of the day.
I did.
Definitely the best one. Winner for the day.